The Fantastic Journey will not be presented this evening, but will return next week at its regular time.
NBC Sports presents the Bruins of UCLA against the Bengals of Idaho State from Provo, Utah. This 1977 NCAA Western Regional Semifinal game is brought to you by Lincoln Mercury, who invite you to inspect one of America's outstanding collections of fine cars now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. By Allstate Insurance Company. You're in good hands with Allstate. By the Gillette Track 2 shaving system, the closest thing to a perfect shave. And by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Since 1844, the quality has always come through. And hello to you, I'm Jim Simpson. Along with Tom Hawkins in Provo, Utah, we've seen an outstanding ball game in which, well, it was a one-point ball game until about the last minute. Nevada, Las Vegas has defeated in the Western semifinals here the University of Utah, a scrapping team, 88-83. But that's past history.
That's gone.
Nevada, Las Vegas goes on to Saturday, but now we come to what's about to come up. Both teams are 24-4, and Tom, everybody knows about UCLA. After all, they've won 8 of the last 10 of the last 13 NCAA titles. But a lot of people may not know that Idaho State has been in 10 NCAA championships itself.
That's
but
right.
The question they want to know, and I'm going to give you a chance in a minute.
Okay.
The question they want to know is, can Idaho State beat UCLA?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Idaho State has a center that we're going to see in a couple of minutes. He's a 7-footer, and he is a great one. The records are identical. Here they are. 24-4. And these teams, of course, we don't know about Idaho State. They play the Big Sky Conference. What do we know about the Big Sky? But they're an effective team. They're a good shooting team. They just mauled Long Beach State on the boards, pulling down 64 rebounds. So their inside game will give UCLA a lot of trouble, and that's where UCLA has problems.
Now, I'm smiling because there's one fellow, when you say the Big Sky Conference, a man that's way up in the sky is Steve Hayes, and you mentioned him. He is 7 feet tall. He's got to be a key tonight.
He's got to be a key, and here he is. 7 feet tall. He averages 20 points a game, 11 rebounders. He's great at that turnaround jump shot. Look at him. He has great leaping ability. He is not a stiff. He goes out there. He does his job. And they say he might be the best that the Big Sky has ever seen in the center position.
But there's another man that you mentioned on the same ball club, but you said has to have a good night tonight, and his name is Jeff Cook.
Yes, that's right. Jeff Cook is a 6'9" forward. Great rebounder, very aggressive. If he can play and play tough and go on the boards and give Hayes the help that he needs, UCLA will have their hands full with a very tough Idaho State front line.
All right, here we come to the Bruins of UCLA. Everybody knows all about them and the fact that they've got a great chance to win yet another. And everybody knows about big number 54, everybody's player of the year, Marcus Johnson.
Marcus averages 21 points a game, and he is Mr. Dunk. He has 61 slam dunks on the year. Look at him. There he goes, up and over, pulls him down. Great rebounder, 11 a game. He does everything. But he has to go for the Bruins to go. If he gets into foul trouble, Idaho State has a beautiful chance.
Well, of course, UCLA proved that it had a little depth. Everybody's known that, even though UCLA is such a young team. And it was Brad Holland that gave them that depth against Louisville in the first round of the NCAA. And we've been telling you that 88-83, Nevada, Las Vegas knocked off the University of Utah to go against the winner of tonight's game Saturday afternoon. Jerry Tarkanian, trying to contain himself and his voice, will be the guest of Tom Hawkins when we come back to Provo, Utah. But right now, we're going to pause from our coverage here of the Western Regional Semifinals in Provo, Utah.
Coke is life, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on, girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling shine through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste of Coke is French flair so debonair, with a touch of class.
Sometimes I think driving a Mercury Monarch is like wearing beautiful clothes. And this is Monarch's label, ride engineered by Lincoln Mercury. I feel confident in Monarch, even practical, with a quick, easy shifting of its 4-speed overdrive. Yet very elegant. The precision size Mercury Monarch.
With a touch of class.
Meow.
Maybe 3 times the final.
Welcome back. And the winner of the first game here at Brigham Young University was Nevada, Las Vegas, 88-83 over Utah. And Jerry Tarkanian, head coach of the Rebels, congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. It was a real hard-earned victory, believe me.
It wasn't a classic victory, and the people didn't see it, but I would have to say that your team really struggled to pull this one out. And it wasn't the team that we saw against San Francisco.
I'll tell you, Tom, it's very difficult for us to come up here in this altitude and play the style of play we like to play. The ideal conditions would have been if we'd have played UCLA first and Idaho State and Utah would have played first, because by Saturday, I think, both teams will have a chance to get used to that, to the altitude. But it was very difficult for us, believe me.
And you talk about altitude. Here in Provo, Utah, it's a little bit over 4,600 feet, and it does affect the players. Your players were gasping out there. You have a very interesting team. You're the leading scoring team in the nation, averaging 108.6 a game. And you say that you predicate this on defense. Defense gives you your point. How?
Well, our defense dictates the tempo, Tom. We want to play as fast as we can play for 40 minutes. That's our theory, and that's what we try to sell our kids on. And we're going to play full speed for 40 minutes. There'll be no transition in our game. Everything is full speed, and the only way you can play full speed is if you pressure defensively. You can't play a zone and dictate the tempo.
Now, this game coming up here, UCLA and Idaho State, I don't know how much you've seen of Idaho State, but do you have a favorite?
Well, UCLA is a great team. I've seen them when they look like the best team in the country, and I've seen them other times when they haven't looked quite as good. But, UCLA is a great ball club, and I'm sure they're the favorite. But Jim Killingsworth's a great coach. He and I are real good friends. We coach against each other in junior college, and I think the killer will give UCLA a real battle today.
Jerry, be honest with me. There must be a little vengeance in your heart, because UCLA has knocked you out of this NCAA tournament 3 times.
Well, I tell you the truth, I would sure like to beat them one time, Tom. We've had a lot of opportunities. They're tough. They're a great ball club. They got great tradition. They got everything it takes, and it's just like Jim Killingsworth and I were talking today. Whoever beats them makes history. Whoever knocks them out of Western Regional makes history.
And you're out to make history. Should it happen on Saturday, or should that be the team that you face?
Well, we sure hope so. But if for us to beat UCLA, we'd have to play our best game of the year.
Jerry, you and your team have been criticized. A lot of people have said, anytime Nevada, Las Vegas gets into the tournament, the team is a bit suspect. That must burn you. It must make you a little angry.
Well, that's not true at all, because 2 years ago, when we got in the regionals, we played Arizona State, which was one of the top teams in the country. They beat us in the last 6 seconds. Last year, Arizona beat us in overtime. We had the shot at the buzzer that didn't go in. I think we played real well in the regionals. It's just when you get there, it's tough. It's tough. Every team you play is good.
You're the winningest active major college coach in college basketball. Now, is there any particular pattern? Is there a Jerry Tarkanian style that we can discuss?
No, not at all, Tom. Not at all.
You seem to get players that other people aren't able to get. A lot of people wonder how you get them and how you put them together. But you are there. You are winning every year in and year out.
We haven't recruited in 4 years, really, Tom. We've got the kids who came with us 4 years ago, and in addition to that, we have Tony Smith and Reggie Theus and Larry Moffitt, a junior college transfer. The rest of the kids all came when we did 4 years ago. We haven't recruited at all in 4 years, really.
When this tournament started, Jerry Tarkanian, I said with the 32 teams, out of the 32, there were possibly 15 to 18 who could go all the way. Do you still feel that way?
Well, I figured it'd be anywhere from 20 to 25, and I haven't seen the scores today, but I wasn't surprised with too many in the first round. I was surprised at our score, and I was surprised that Syracuse beat Tennessee, but most of them I weren't too surprised at.
All right, now this game and adjusting to the altitude, if you got it out of your system, can we expect a better game, a better performance from your team, though you won this evening?
I'll tell you, Tom, we beat a very good team today in their own backyard. Utah went through that WAC conference this year, losing 3 games, and when you go on the road in the WAC, that's as tough a conference in the country on the road. They lost to Wyoming by 4, to Arizona by 2, and New Mexico by 1 on the road. They haven't been blown out by anybody. I'm real thrilled we beat them by 5 points.
Well, whoever, Jerry Tarkanian, the folks will be seeing you on Saturday from Brigham Young University here in Provo, Utah, in the West Regional Finals of the NCAA. Jerry Tarkanian and his Las Vegas Rebels defeated Utah 88-83. Jerry, congratulations, and enjoy this next game.
Thanks, Tom.
Nice to have you with us. Let's go back to Jim Simpson.
All right, Tom, we were talking about some of those other games. In the Midwest Regionals tonight, Marquette won a squeaker by a single point over Kansas State. The Mid-East Regional is all over. Michigan had a tough time with Detroit, but beat them. And UNC clobbered Syracuse 81-59. Now that is UNC at Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte. So in the Mid-East Regionals on Saturday, it will be Michigan against the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. In the Western Regional, of course, you've heard that Utah was beaten by Nevada and Las Vegas, and we've got Idaho State, UCLA coming up. The Eastern Regional is all over. As far as the semifinals are concerned, Kentucky waltzed by VMI 93-78. And then North Carolina, down by 10 points at the half, to Notre Dame on St. Patrick's Day of all days, came back to knock off the Fighting Irish in the last couple of seconds by the score of 79-77. Still to be played, as we said, our game here that you're about to see, and the Wake Forest Southern Illinois game, a part of the Midwest Regionals at Oklahoma City. Other than that, it is all over. We're about to watch 2 ball games here, or rather 2 teams here in a ball game, each one of which has won 24 and lost 4. And, of course, UCLA is one of the favorites to go on to the Omni down in Atlanta, Georgia, for the semifinals on Saturday the 26th and perhaps the finals on Monday night the 28th, which you will see here on NBC. But right now, they've got to get by Idaho State. Clarence Robeson is our public address announcer in Provo, so let's join him for the player intros.
NCAA semifinal game. Let's meet the starting lineups. The Bengals of Idaho State and the Bruins of UCLA. First from Idaho State, number 32 at forward, 6'10", junior from West Forgina, California, Jeff Cook. Number 54 at forward, 6'7", senior from Los Angeles, Marcus Johnson. From Idaho State, number 30 at forward, 6'7", senior from Cleveland, Ohio, Greg Griffin. From UCLA, number 34 at forward, 6'9", sophomore from Los Angeles, California, David Greenwood. From Idaho State, number 33 at center, 7 feet 1/2 inch senior from Aberdeen, Idaho, Steve Hayes. From UCLA, number 31 at center, 6'9", freshman from Redondo Beach, California, Gig Sims. From Idaho State, number 14 at guard, 6'3", senior from Santa Barbara, California, Ed Thompson. From UCLA, number 24 at guard, 6'2", sophomore from Los Angeles, Roy Hamilton. From Idaho State, number 21 at guard, 6'5", sophomore from Pocatello, Idaho, Scott Gould. From UCLA, number 44 at guard, 5'11", senior from Palos Verdes, California, Jim Spillane. Coaches of these 2 teams, from Idaho State, Jim Killingsworth, and from UCLA, Gene Bartow.
There's our lineups, and of course we're going to have this final semifinal game between UCLA and Idaho State in just a moment here from Provo, Utah. But right now, let's return to our studios for this message.
Pabst Blue Ribbon wouldn't dare challenge anyone to take on the raging Colorado in a wooden boat. But we do challenge you to discover a better tasting premium beer. Taste and compare Pabst with the beer you're now drinking. We know you'll taste the difference Blue Ribbon quality makes. Pabst, since 1844, the quality has always come through.
Hey, I know I need life insurance, but I don't want to be cornered by a salesman.
You won't feel cornered at Allstate because there's a difference in the Allstate approach to life insurance. When you come to us, you're in control. If you don't like what you hear, you can walk away.
Honey, Sean is missing.
Sean?
Sean? Sean?
Sean?
Your beneficiary?
Oh, thanks a lot.
When it takes being different to be better, we'll do it. That's a promise.
I am good hands with Allstate.
On the right, your referee for tonight from the Eastern Collegiate Athletic Conference, the ECAC, that is Hank Nichols. On the left from the Atlantic Coast Conference, Len Wirtz, our second official. The Bruins in the home white. The Bengals of Idaho State in the orange or darker uniforms. Both are 24-4. And the winner goes on to meet Nevada, Las Vegas, Saturday afternoon in the Western Regionals here in Provo. Greenwood, the jump against Hayes, and the 7-footer controls it. 21 is Gould. Here is Ed Thompson, 14, putting it up. No good. And that is Greenwood with the rebound. And nobody's back down court. Finally, Spillane comes back down court. Now to Roy Hamilton, who will set it up. Fine point guard.
This should be more of a strategy game. You'll have two teams filling each other out.
Marcus Johnson fighting in and lost the ball away to Thompson against that zone that's been put up by Idaho State.
Idaho State zoning right off the bat because they've been told and they have seen on film that you can plug the center and stop UCLA's attack. You got to against Marcus.
Jeff Cook, 32. Hayes at the top of the key. Gould gets the shot away. Still no score as Gig Sims hauls it in. There's a little tight. Greenwood has the ball knocked away, picked up by Spillane in the corner. In that zone, they expected to use the 2-3 or the 2-1-2. They'll be shifting in and out, but the big job, of course, is to keep Marcus Johnson from getting in underneath. Who's got the ball right now? Spillane. Johnson shooting from outside. He can hit from there and does.
He can hit from anywhere, Jim.
I thought that was kind of silly when I said it. Give him the ball.
Give him the ball and watch out. Don't let him get the ball. UCLA putting full court pressure on right away.
Here's Gould. They haven't been able to get the ball inside, and there is Greg Griffin. First points for Idaho State.
Here's Griffin very casually and calmly sinking one from 18 feet.
Greenwood. Spillane quickly covered by Cook. Greenwood from outside, in and out, and there is Griffin to haul it in. And Griffin down court. In the corner, Gould takes the shot. Got Gould. It's 4-2 Idaho State.
Griffin is 6'7". He'll surprise a lot of people. An excellent ball handler. He loves to run, and he's a good leaper.
UCLA trying to be patient. Spillane for the moment was clear. Now he's covered up. He takes the shot. And over the shoulder went Gig Sims with a foul.
We're going to see some interesting board work here because that front line, Jeff Cook, 6'9", Steve Hayes, 7 feet, 1/2 inch, and also Greg Griffin, who is 6'7".
Well, he didn't get it in the 5 seconds. Cook up court said, hey, how about me, when the other two men down court were covered up. But he was seen too late, and UCLA gets the basketball. Greenwood, Spillane outside. It was Brad Holland, remember, that broke things up against the zone at Louisville last Saturday. Have to be patient. Spillane. Bounce to Marcus Johnson, who gets the shot away again. Tipped over to Thompson. Here comes Idaho State. They've got the lead by 2. Thompson gets the shot batted away by Marcus Johnson. Picked down by Hamilton. Gould is there. Charging, no basket.
Well, Roy is usually able to avoid those players on that, but here is the play. Thompson goes up. Marcus swats it away. Roy Hamilton on the fast break. Gould coming back. Hamilton charged.
Griffin has the shot knocked away by Marcus Johnson. He keeps it for himself and starts a fast break. To Greenwood from the side over Cook. No good. Whistle underneath. The foul, I believe, is on Marcus Johnson.
Marcus on the rebound. Marcus has had 2 straight great defensive plays at the other end, showing his versatile ability. Player of the year, college player of the year, and all everything.
Now inbounding the ball. This time they get it in. 4-2. Gould bringing the ball up court. Double team, but Thompson is there. Refuses the pick and gets it over to Cook, who drops it in. Jeff Cook, it's 6-2, Idaho State.
If Cook plays, Idaho State is going to be pretty tough. Look at the zone.
Hamilton from outside.
I think without a question, Jim, UCLA has four of the greatest shooting guards in college basketball. Very seldom that you see a team with four guards with equal outside shooting ability. UCLA can do it.
UCLA with kind of a half-hearted press down court. Thompson trying to bring it up against Spillane and gets across the 10-second line. This is Hayes, the 7-footer. He's not been used yet. Thompson all the way in and out, and now Hayes does it. Steve Hayes.
They've got Marcus Johnson guarding Hayes. Here's Thompson, the miss. Hayes up, a rangy 7-footer for the read.
8-4, the Bengals over the Bruins. Hamilton penetrating and not missing, and look at Marcus Johnson. Ball is knocked away from him. Thompson to Cook. Over Greenwood, no good. Picked up by Hayes, no good. Belongs to the Bruins. Spillane. 15.5 minutes to go. Johnson not had a good shot inside. Greenwood with a turnaround, no good. Gig Sims is there. Battle for it, jump ball.
It'll be Greenwood and Cook on the jumper. Both about 6'9". We'll see who has the best jumping ability. This is one of the most fascinating plays in basketball here because it's just, let's go up and let's see who can get it.
Picked up by Spillane of UCLA. They'll set up again against that zone. Hamilton moving it around, so Spillane has the shot from the corner. No good. Look at Marcus Johnson. Lost the ball. Foul underneath. Foul is on number 21. That's Scott Gould. That's his first, and that's the first against Idaho State. There have been 3 against UCLA.
UCLA is going to have to take a little better care of the ball when they come off the boards. Idaho State has been able to swat 3 of them away.
UCLA could have a little problem here. It's the altitude got Las Vegas.
They were gasping for breath at the end.
Hamilton. Griffin went way up to get the rebound. Gould is loose and takes the shot. It is no good. Greenwood starts the fast break. Spillane with the basketball to Hamilton to Spillane. And the shot is taken from outside. It is no good by Marcus Johnson. Gig Sims comes down. The turnarounder. No good. Marcus Johnson again. Whistle blows underneath, and the foul is on Thompson. And now checking into the ball game is Ernie Wheeler, number 12, for Idaho State.
You know, you can jump with Marcus, but it's very important to block him off the boards. He has tremendous strength in there. And he goes up faster than any forward I've ever seen. He's like a pogo stick.
Marcus Johnson, a 60% free throw shooter. Now 1 for 1, has 3 of the 5 UCLA points. He's got 4 of the 6. It's 8-6. And now Ernie Wheeler. The man who went out is Scott Gould. Wheeler replaced him. There's Hayes. We keep looking for this to happen. Marcus Johnson, but it is to Cook, and he puts it up and no good. Cook's got another shot, battered underneath, knocked away. Wheeler takes the shot, no good. Greenwood. Hamilton penetrating, no good. Whistle blows, foul is on Steve Hayes, his first. Jim Killingsworth up, calling for one of his guards, Ernie Wheeler, to come over and have a talk.
I think he told Wheeler, you should have shut that one up. You know, they have 3 games that they play. And if they're in their 5th game, that means that the players must pass the ball 5 times before they ever take a shot. I think they want to be cautious right now. I don't think that Killingsworth wants Idaho State to get into a run-and-gun game.
Roy Hamilton can tie it up. Does not. Cook comes down with a rebound. It's 8-7. 14 minutes left, first half. Wheeler. Johnson and Hamilton have done all the scoring for the Bruins. Ball is intercepted by Johnson, knocked away. Kept in play. Idaho State's got it. Johnson showed his quickness of hands there, and Thompson shows a lack of hands on that particular play. Simply lost the ball out of bounds, and now time has been called. 13:50 to go. We've got a one-point ball game. Idaho State from Pocatello leads it 8-7 over the Bruins of UCLA.
You're watching Bud Beechwood, TV producer and writer.
I may risk my neck for fun, but when it comes to money, I want my feet on solid ground. That's what I told Merrill Lynch, so they showed me ways to be on the safe side and still get a good return, like 8% utilities, A-rated. That's my kind of security.
At Merrill Lynch, you don't have to take big risks to share in America's growth.
The Ford Motor Company car body destruction test. This Lincoln Continental body was just welded together. Now, would you believe it? These guys are tearing it apart. It's their job, it really is. Every week they take Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln bodies, and they tear them apart to see that the welds held. They tear them all apart. Only way to know how tough they're put together. It's simple. Ford wants to be your car company.
More than 75% of the NCAA member institutions sponsor between 7 and 24 intercollegiate sports. NCAA members are dedicated to providing well-rounded athletic programs to its students. Sports leadership in this country comes from our nation's colleges and universities. The preceding announcement furnished by NCAA. 8-7. Idaho State, 13:50 to go. The Bruins basketball. That's Killingsworth. The coach of Idaho State, you saw there, looking troubled, as most coaches do at this stage of the game. Spillane with the ball. Greenwood from outside. No good. Brett Broman has come in. Sims is out.
And I think he picked up his first foul right away.
He did, pushing off.
And Brett Broman is from Provo, Utah, so he is home.
Hold it, that's going to be on Cook. 32.
Reversal.
Because the ball belongs to the Bruins. There is Broman. Battle underneath. Marcus Johnson, all his muscle and everything else.
I don't care how tall you are, unless you block him out, unless you're screening. He's tough. There's Broman up for the jump shot. Off the rim, Marcus goes high with Hayes, fights it, battles it, comes down, and he's fouled underneath as he puts it up.
Marcus Johnson. Three-second violations. 9-8 UCLA. Johnson has 6 of those 9. Hamilton has the other 3. Thompson. Ball knocked away by the quick hands of Spillane.
And having done the Pac-8 game of the week this year and watched UCLA, those two guards have broken up more games with their quick hands. They're good defensively. They work good together.
That's Griffin. Wheeler. Still have not been able to use Hayes inside. He's going to try it again, and this time he misses again. And that is Johnson. The ball is wrestled away and put in by Cook. 10-9, Idaho State. One of the few times you will see Marcus Johnson out-muscled under the basket.
You see, it's amazing.
Dropping it in is Broman.
Sweet move. Broman fake left, wheeled back around underneath, and a reverse layup. But you see David Greenwood, number 34, out at the point, directing the offense.
11-10, UCLA. There's Hayes, and he's got it.
And if they let him do that, he's going to kill him. He's averaged 21 points a game just doing that. A little 10-foot turnaround jumper. Gets it high in the air.
4 points for Steve Hayes, 12-11. Hamilton all by himself trying to crack the zone. Does not. Hayes has the rebound. Remember, he's 7 feet, 1/2 inch tall. In the corner is Griffin, and in and out. And I think that it's going to be another foul on Jeff Cook.
Cook very aggressive coming over trying to get that rebound, picks up his foul.
That's the second and the 16 foul. Idaho State has been in a zone since the outset and are still in it. And in a one-point ball game. With nearly 9 minutes gone. Only 23 points have been scored. Greenwood has done all of his operating from the top of the key. They're getting it into Vroman if they can. Feed underneath. And at that time, Hamilton had his foot on the line, and so the ball goes over to the Bengals.
Beautiful interior pass, though, by Vroman. UCLA going for its 28th West Regional win, and that'll be in a row. And these two teams have never faced each other.
And their 11th straight Western Regional titles.
Can you believe it?
I believe it.
10 NCAA titles in the past 13 years. Amazing record.
Idaho State doesn't play in all of them. Not thus far. That's Thompson with the basketball. Shut him off. And Idaho State at this time showing good movement, but Greenwood knocks the ball away from Cook, who was caught napping. Hamilton with the basketball. Almost lost it. Greenwood gets it into Vroman. Spillane tries to crack it again, and this time he knocks it through for his first points of the night. And it's 13-12, UCLA. 10.5 minutes left. And now Spillane draws a needless foul. That's his first.
Gold took a very good shot there. Watch, here comes Spillane. Definite contact.
4 team fouls now.
Despite the altitude, UCLA not worrying about stamina, putting on that full court press and giving pressure so that Idaho State will have to fight to get it up the court.
Off the hands of Cook. He lost out of the bounds once before. Bengals keeping it offense moving. That is Griffin driving out to Hayes from outside, and he's got 6 points.
Hayes had the shoot over the fallen Vroman there and did a good job of keeping his balance.
14-13. Vroman is 7 feet. Hayes has got him by half an inch. Looking to get inside. Most of the hitting has been from outside. Marcus Johnson was inside to get a basket. Now here's where Greenwood's been forced to shoot from, and that's no good, but Marcus Johnson controls.
Isn't it amazing how he always draws a crowd?
Spillane, a high arching shot. Hayes goes up, and down with it comes Greenwood for the 2 points. Off Hayes' hand.
Hayes and Griffin got their signal crossed there, and both fighting for the ball. Should have been a sure Idaho State rebound.
15-14, UCLA. Double teamed, and again a needless foul in backcourt. Spillane has done it once, and now Hamilton. And coming in will be Brad Holland. 9 minutes, 1 second to go.
Bartow wants some offense, and Brad will give it to him.
Hamilton now has 2 personal fouls with 9:01 to go in the first half. Low scoring and very close. It's UCLA 15 and Idaho State 14. And from Provo, Utah, we'll take a break for just a moment.
1949.
What about it?
I used to use a one-bladed razor to shave with in 49.
Hey, I just bought this.
Maybe, but track 2 is how America shaves now, my friend. The first blade stretches the whisker out, so the second blade can shave it again, closer.
Hey, listen, could I...
Get your own, turkey.
To 25 million track 2 users, no one-blade razor comes close.
What are you doing?
Hey, hotshot, I hear you won't get dressed without your right guard.
You know I'm not getting dressed without my right guard.
Here's your right guard, double protection antiperspirant.
Hey, see me some, will you?
We know it's so effective at protecting you from wetness and odor.
It also helps protect your clothes from wetness, stains, and odor.
Guys, you know I won't get dressed without my right guard. Thank you.
Right guard, double protection, spray or roll-on. Don't get dressed without it.
The incredible wartime deal between the Nazis and the Americans goes forward as David Spaulding's affair with Leslie Hawkwood grows deeper in the Rhinoman Exchange tonight at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
Much later on in this game, Tom and I will be picking a player to receive the new Gillette Track 2 Most Valuable Player of the Game Scholarship Award. In the first game tonight, Jeff Judkins of the losing Utah team was the MVP of that first semifinal. Idaho State in the darker or orange uniforms. The Bruins, by flip, get the white home uniforms all by himself as Thompson for the shot. And Ed says, I'll take that, thank you. First 2 points at 16-15, Idaho State.
Number 14, Brad Holland, and number 55, Kiki Vanderway into the game for UCLA.
Ball is knocked away by Griffin and thrown right back to Greenwood, and that's going to be a foul on Cook. This is the man they cannot afford to get in foul trouble, and that's his third.
Third foul, and that is Steve Hayes' help on the boards. So Killingsworth will have to go to the bench.
6'10", Jeff Cook, the very man that you, Tom, said had to have a good game. And if he did, Idaho State would cause trouble. He's got 3 personal fouls, and that'll bring Brand Robinson, who is 6'5", 5 inches shorter, and a sophomore as compared to Cook's added year of experience into the game. Greenwood, who has 2 points, goes to the line for the first time. This is 1-1. Look at Marcus Johnson get up and then go back, and it counts, and he's fouled.
Amazing leaper. Here's a shot, and it's off. Watch Marcus up, stretch over everybody, and back up very quickly, very wisely picking up the foul. You can actually draw a foul in that situation. Marcus is a mighty intelligent player.
Has 8 points, 2 for 3 from the foul line, but completes this 3-point play. That foul was on Greg Griffin. Now they've got the full court press, and in trouble is Wheeler. And a foul, I believe, is going to be called on number 55, Kiki Vanderway.
Wheeler was really trapped there. That zone press had him right in the corner. There was nowhere to go. He couldn't even see his way out.
18-16, that's a 16 foul for UCLA. Bruins lead by 2. There's a zone press again. They'll break it this time. Back down court. Thompson's going to go all the way in and miss. And now going up is number 22, just came into the ball game, Brand Robinson, as the replacement for Jeff Cook. It's a tie ball game. But that zone press down court is really giving Idaho State some problems.
Idaho State in a zone. That's only the 3rd game they played this year that they've used the zone.
Well, there's that man, Brad Holland, and he's in there to do just that. He's the one that unsettled Louisville and broke up their zone. Oh, by himself with a shot is Mr. Greg Griffin. 4 points, and it's 20 all.
UCLA doing good. Here we are. Here's that shot. Nice touch.
7.5 minutes left. Spillane, Marcus Johnson way outside. They put Greenwood under the basket now. Brad Holland trying to break it again. No good this time. Steve Hayes, the 7-footer, has it. There comes Brand Robinson down court. He'll hold things up for a while. Thompson. There's Hayes. Steve Hayes with 8 points at 22-20, Idaho State.
Hayes has a beautiful shot. He just puts it above his head as high as he can reach it and lets it go. You need a broom to block it.
Less than 7 minutes to go. Marcus Johnson again outside. Greenwood taking the low post. Spillane inside to Greenwood. Basket counts, foul.
That's when a zone gets lazy, when you let a pass go in there like that. They caught Idaho State overshifted right into Greenwood.
Now there's Greg Griffin, who just does not foul out. He's picked up his 2nd foul already. Raymond Townsend has come in, number 22. As another guard, Spillane comes out. Townsend was a regular guard until a stomach injury in a California game. Marcus Johnson tries to go up. And whom are they pointing at? Is it 30 again?
Yes, it is Griffin.
That's it.
Marcus Johnson
on
rebounds.
him.
Tries to go back up. And 2 of Idaho State's most valuable people in foul trouble. Greg Griffin, number 30, and Jeff Cook. who is on the bench now.
They're now saying that is the fourth on Greg Griffin. Officially, that is the fourth. Marcus Johnson hits. It's 23-22. Now, here's the funny thing. Idaho State says Greg Griffin gets other people in trouble. He does not foul out. He's got 4 personal fouls. Johnson has hit on 4 out of 5 from the line. 10 points and already 11 points for Marcus Johnson. 24-22, but Idaho State forced to go to the bench. 2 men in foul trouble. Time is called. They could not get the ball in bounds. Jim Killingsworth is yelling at his team, saying, help him out down there. 6:41 to go. UCLA has the lead, 24-22. And Griffin and Cook, the top 2 forwards of Idaho State, are in foul trouble.
Sir, what's the hurry? Going to rent a car. Oh, well, you don't have to run. Gotta run. Oh, no, if you had an Avis Wizard number, you could walk.
Walk.
Call toll-free and let our Wizard system do the running. Just show a major credit card, license, sign, and get the car.
I don't have to run through airports?
Not with Avis.
I can walk through airports.
We try harder, Avis. Avis, we don't know another way.
I'm walking through airports.
With all of the different tire prices, it can be confusing. How do you know what a good tire value is? Well, here's the straight talk from Sears. Guardsman tires are Sears' lowest price tires in every type. Guardsman 4-ply from $16.50. Guardsman belted from $22.88. Guardsman radial from $29.88. Guardsman, backed by Sears. So you know they're good tires. Sears, for straight talk, good values, and satisfaction.
Well, there's a familiar sight to NCAA watchers, the UCLA girls. NBC's coverage of the National Collegiate Basketball Tournament continues Saturday. We will have all 4 regional finals. Every city in the country will get 3 of those 4 finals. So check your newspapers to see which ones you will get. Our triple header starts at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. And, of course, all of you watching now will see UCLA or Idaho State against Nevada, Las Vegas. In the corner, Grant Robinson. Paul Wilson has come in, number 20 for Idaho State. Thompson tries to go in, blocked by Greenwood. Simply overpowered by Greenwood.
Thompson was mauled in there. He had no chance at all.
From outside, Brad Holland trying to do what comes naturally. They'll let that ball go out of bounds. And now, after discombobulating, they started back down court, and Brad Holland says, aren't we zone pressing again? And he called them back down, but they didn't get down in time.
UCLA will probably put a lot of pressure on Hayes right now and see what these other players can do from the outside.
That's Brad Robinson showing him what they can do from outside. That's 4 points for the sophomore from Manhattan. Manhattan, Montana, that is. 24 all, 5:50 to go. UCLA is a very young team. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. Vanderway. And Marcus Johnson from outside.
You know, you're watching so much and you wonder if there's anything that he can't do. And the only weakness that I see that he has on the basketball floor is free throw shooting.
Well, he's got 13 of the 26 points. The Bruins by 2 with 5.5 minutes to go. Steve Hayes, all 7 feet of him. No good. Marcus Johnson rebounding. Vanderway, the big, tall freshman. And look at Johnson go up. And that may be on him. And if so, that'll be his second.
Marcus was like an eagle going in there for that, but he did foul. It looks like Hayes. We'll see what the situation is.
Second on Johnson. And it's 1-1.
There's a shot, it's off. There's Marcus going up, and it's Paul Wilson that he fouled. Wilson, a freshman from Fontana, California.
Well, that's a little pressure, isn't it? Step in and you're...
And he's only hit, he hasn't played that much. It's a 52% shooter from the line. Looks good on one of them.
Greenwood rebounding. David Greenwood has gone all the way. So is Marcus Johnson. Walking. Ball belongs to Idaho State with a chance to go ahead with 5 minutes.
Just like the first game that we saw here, it's a 1 point either way. Very close, very tight. No one's blowing anyone off the floor.
Can't get it in, but now does to Thompson. Well, it's not just Idaho State. The Bruins have done that. That's one of the reasons why they won so many NCAA titles. Ball is knocked away by Greenwood on the attempted feed to Hayes. Brad Holland, he'll stop and put it up, and he does. This time he does not score. Marcus Johnson way up and drops it in.
Steve Hayes had his hand right up above that basket. Now watch this. Marcus will be at least a half a foot above Hayes' hand. Look at that. Just right over.
28-25, the Bruins. This is Hayes, and he's got that. Oh, my. 10 points for Steve Hayes.
Hayes has a nice sky hook there. They call it nab. Here it is. Hayes and a sweeper.
Vanderway from outside. Kiki had an uncle who was an All-American here, Brigham Young. Mel Hutchins, also the NBA Rookie of the Year. Of course, his dad, everybody knows, was an All-American at Colgate.
Ernie Vanderway, and he's sitting up in the stands tonight.
Now the starting guards, Roy Hamilton, 24, Jim Spillane, 44, come back in. Raymond Thompson and Brad Holland take a seat. The story here is two Idaho State forwards, the starting forwards, are in foul trouble. Bengals having to go to the bench. Feed into Hayes, all 7 feet up. He goes and drops it in again. Putting on a show, I think. 12 points for Steve Hayes. 30-29 UCLA. 3.5 minutes left.
And with two biggies on the bench, that's about all Idaho State can do is look to get it into the big man, who's their leading scorer.
David Greenwood can't get it away. Spillane driving the baseline, feeding it out, but right to number 12, Ernie Wheeler. Now the Bengals have a chance to go ahead. Feed is to Hayes, slows it down for just a moment. Thompson by himself, no good. Battle for it. Greenwood starts the break. Hamilton, feed off. Spillane charging. Second personal foul.
Thompson did some fancy stepping down there on defense to get in front of Spillane.
1 second less than 3 minutes to go.
There he is, getting in shape. He just got planted in time.
Thompson in the corner. Loose for the shot is Wilson. No good. Rebound. Robinson. 6 points for the sophomore from Manhattan, Montana. 31-30, Idaho State. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Wheeler was trying to say it went off the hands of Hamilton, but Lenny Wirtz, the official, was right there saying, nope, Marcus Johnson, toss it in.
Amazing composure on the part of the Bengals. Griffin and Cook on the bench. They've hung in there, still playing the zone defense.
Marcus Johnson, short, goes up for it, feeds underneath. Hamilton, no good. Hamilton tries again, no good. Jump ball.
Young freshman from Fontana, Wilson. Paul Wilson stayed with Hamilton all the way, and on the third attempt came down with the jump ball.
We are in Provo, Utah. I'm Jim Simpson with Tom Hawkins, and this is the second close and fine ball game that we've seen tonight. Nevada, Las Vegas won the other cliffhanger by 5 in the final minute, 88-83. Spillane underneath. Hamilton, look at Marcus Johnson.
Oh, spectacular one-man effort.
Johnson intercepts off the foot. And caught it. He kicked the ball and never put it away. I think everybody saw that except the official. Greenwood from outside. 6 points for David. 34-31. Ball knocked out of bounds by Jim Spillane. Thompson bringing it up against Spillane. We have less than 2 minutes now and a half. Thompson goes in, and he is strapped along the way by, is it Marcus Johnson? Nope.
44 to be Jim Spillane.
That's the third on Spillane, and very quickly, Raymond Townsend comes in to replace him.
Could have easily been the third on Marcus Johnson.
Johnson thought it was. That's why I said he's pointing at himself. Me? Thompson, who has 2 points, at the line. 1-1. Oh, you're right, Tom. They're showing remarkable composure. 34-32, a minute 44 to go. They haven't been short or bouncing the ball off the rim. They've done rather well. Shows a sign of having their nerves relatively under control. 2-point lead for the Bruins. A minute and a half left. Feed into Marcus Johnson, who drops it in. What else? He's got 7 field goals and a total of 19 points. 36-32.
Add to that 10 rebounds, and you know why UCLA has a 4-point lead.
Ball was short and thrown out of bounds. Paul Wilson took the shot. Brand Robinson tried to save it and could not.
Marcus Johnson is going to get a rest, and Wilbert Olende comes in from Helix High School in La Mesa.
You know those California cats.
Oh, like the back of my hand.
You know every small town, hometown, high school. 36-32. From outside, Townsend tries to drop one through. It is no good. Battled for and brought down by Brand Robinson. 45 seconds to go. Wheeler. Remember, Idaho State's playing without its 2 top forwards. In foul trouble. One with 4, the other with 3. Whistle blows. Who drew the foul?
Looks like Paul Wilson called for the foul.
That's right. Legal block. Jim Killingsworth is up and having a few words with Hal Nickel, the referee. Hank Nichols. A half a minute to go. UCLA by 4. A chance to put it up to 6. If they do that, it'd be the largest lead for either team. That's the kind of first half we've seen. And the Bengals are just laying back in the zone. Roy Hamilton, 12 seconds to go. We'll get something going now. Vanderway from outside. Oh, that's 2 of them from out there for him. 38-32, 3 seconds to go. Got to put it up. He does. It's no good even though it goes in. Does not count. Does not count. Oh, we've reached the half at UCLA. Amazing performance. Well, I guess routine for Marcus Johnson. Leads by 6, 38-32 over Idaho State. We'll come back with our halftime in just a moment.
Capri is on the prowl. Rally Cat, wildest Capri ever. Swift, sleek, twin-striped head and tail. Rally Cat moves with remarkable agility. Rat and pinion steering, overhead cam, stripes and spoiler. Rally Cat, wildest, sexiest Capri ever. Imported for Lincoln Mercury.
When you want to catch the whole show, Polaroid's SX70 Alpha 1 will give you pictures almost as fast as you can press the button.
That's the girl. Get with it.
Get it, Art.
Do it. Come on, sweetheart.
The sharp, clear SX70 colors come up in minutes. Get the whole show with Polaroid's SX70 Alpha 1.
I'm Walt Garrison, and I don't smoke, but I still enjoy tobacco, smokeless tobacco, like Skoal here. Just a pinch between my cheek and gum, and I get full tobacco pleasure. And since I don't light up, I can use it doing almost anything. So go smokeless with Skoal, Copenhagen, and Happy Days Men. The tobaccos you don't have to smoke to enjoy. Go!
You know me? They still remember me as a senator in Washington, but there are lots of places where folks don't know me at all. Now that I have more time to travel and entertain, I recently got me an American Express card. With this, maybe they'll treat me like somebody important, even though I'm just a plain old country lawyer from North Carolina.
To apply for an American Express card, look for this display wherever the card is welcomed.
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
38-32, UCLA at halftime, and we're going to have the Metropolitan Light Basketball Report. And now we pause for these messages from your local station.
As the incredible wartime deal between the Nazis and the Americans goes forward, the level of danger goes higher.
You behave stupidly. They're after you, not us. I can't be sure of that. Now take your hand off that gun.
As Spaulding's affair with Leslie Hawkwood grows deeper, Stephen Collins, Lauren Hutton, and Jose Ferrer star in The Rhineman Exchange. Tonight at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
The NCAA College Basketball Report, brought to you by Metropolitan, where the future is now. I'm Jim Simpson with Tom Hawkins, and now I'm going to ask you something since we've been watching Marcus Johnson realizing 61 slam dunks. What do you think of the slam dunk?
I think it should have been back long ago. I think that the officials merely ruled against a turning of the wrist. What does it matter if a guy is a foot and a half above the basket, if he's laying it up this way, if he's turning it over? More exciting when he turns it over and jams it.
Now, you
Beautiful.
realize the Wizard of Westwood disagrees with you, John Wooden.
Well, that's what makes a ball game.
Well, that's what makes our controversy, and right now we're going to show you some of the leading practitioners of the art of slam dunking, of course, and hear about what some of the coaches think about this art of the slam dunk and the new rule that went into effect for the 1966-77 season.
I think it's really confused our players. We have had some games where young men have gone in ready to dunk the ball and changed their mind at the last minute. I guess they feel that it's illegal, so they stop doing it. And then all of a sudden they miss the shot. I think when they get accustomed to it, though, it'll really be an asset and everybody will really like it again.
Being a great dunker myself, and I hit one dunk in college in my career, and that was in warm-ups, and that was when the dunk was still legal. But I've always thought that it was a great psychological factor for a home team, particularly to have a slam dunk situation.
I really like the slam dunk. I think it's a great thing for the game, but I think this year it's had an adverse effect in that players have been unused to dunking, and you've seen a number of dunk shots missed in games, a number of travels, so it's probably had an adverse effect in its first year back.
We don't have it too much in Army basketball, but for college basketball in general, it's something good for the spectators. I don't think it detracts from the game. I think it adds to the excitement of the game. I wish we had more players who could do it.
I like it myself. I think that they should just caution the players that when they dunk, not to hang on the rim. Because it's only it's a technical foul and it costs you a technical, but because they might break the rim. So just be content to throw the ball, smash it right through there, and get your hands off the rim.
I think it causes some pressure for the referee now because they put the dunk back. The rules makers put the dunk back in the game, and then made some wacky rules about what happens if somebody dunks a dead ball, or dunks a ball when time is out, or hangs on the rim. It's made some judgment problems for referees. I think it's great for fan appeal.
I think from a fan standpoint, it's great. I think the fans love to see it. I think it's an exciting part of the game. From a coaching standpoint, though, I think it has taken away a skill. I think it's taken away the skill of shooting the 6- and 8-foot jump shot.
I'm really glad to see that the dunk was reinstated in college basketball this year, because I think it's an awful lot like the home run in baseball. I'm pleased that the reception has been as great as it has been among the fans. I think it's something that the players really enjoy, and I think it's been an excellent addition to college basketball.
Metropolitan Life reminds you that the future will be here in a moment, and we can help you prepare for it.
The sun is shining, things are growing, things are going well with you and me. A future plan together, a rich full life together, and things look bright as they can be. We're helping 40 million people, more than 40 million people, who know the future is now. At Metropolitan Life.
Don't let the future take you by surprise. At Metropolitan Life, we've spent over a century helping people prepare for the future. And Metropolitan can do the same for you. Metropolitan, where the future is now.
I'm Dave Gavitt, the basketball coach at Providence College, and currently a council member of the Amateur Basketball Association of the United States of America, more commonly referred to as ABA USA. One of the many responsibilities and projects of ABA USA is to sanction all amateur basketball contests.
This 1977 NCAA Western Regional Semifinal game is brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Since 1844, the quality has always come through. By Lincoln Mercury, who invite you to inspect one of America's outstanding collections of fine cars, now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. By the people who bring you the bright, refreshing taste of Coca-Cola. Coke adds life to just about everything you do. And by Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car. 38-32. With the Idaho State Bengals in trouble because of fouls. 4 on one of their forwards, Greg Griffin, 3 on another forward, Jeff Cook. The Bruins have been playing 11 men so far, and they're controlled by now by 6 points. And we're going to come back with the tip-off of the second half in just a moment. Come back to Provo with us.
What you doing there, Stevie?
Checking to see the treads wearing evenly on my Goodrich radials, Jocelyn.
Why?
My Goodrich dealer said I should.
Why?
It's safer, and I want the tires to last even longer.
Why?
They're fabulous tires. You don't know anything about tires, Jocelyn.
Hey, look! The Goodrich flip!
Tires you can trust. B.F. Goodrich. The other guys.
Oh, what does the button say? Kanaku, huh?
Kahaku. In Hawaiian, it means boss, and that's you.
When United takes you to Hawaii, we take you in Royal Hawaiian style, fit for a boss.
The teriyaki, please, is the kanaki. Kahaku.
Exactly. Island delicacies, roomy 747s, and people who know the islands. All dedicated to the comfort of one person.
Cockapoo, huh?
By the friendly skies of United.
Where you're the boss.
Kahaku.
When you're in a rush, take it from O.J. Simpson. There's only one superstar in rent-a-car, Hertz.
Others claim to be fast, but nobody has more to do it faster. More pros to execute the toughest performance standards. More cars, more locations. First with every good idea to speed up service like the #1 club. Before you get there, your forms fill out, cars pre-assigned.
Go, OJ, go!
Rent a Ford fast from Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car.
This is an aircraft maintenance log. You'll find one on every licensed plane in the country, because up there is no place for a mechanical failure. This is the Napa Gold Hat maintenance log for your car. It has many of the same features, because a failure here can be dangerous, too. Protect your car with Napa parts and this maintenance log. It's free from participating Gold Hat pros displaying this sign. No vehicle should be without one.
That's NAPA. We help keep America moving.
In scoring tonight, Marcus Johnson had 19 points in the first half. For UCLA, Steve Hayes had 12 for the in foul trouble Idaho State Bengals. But Tom Hawkins always likes to circle the rebounds.
Oh, yes, very true. You know, Marcus has been almost perfect. 7 for 10 from the field, 5 for 5 from the line, 10 rebounds. Greenwood's been great on the boards, too. He's got 10. But, of course, we got the foul trouble situation, Jim, and that bothers me over on the other side. Greg Griffin, the starting forward who opened up on Marcus, 4. And Jeff Cook with 3 for Idaho State. So what do you do if you're Killingsworth? Do you come back with him or let him sit for a little while longer?
Well, I'm seeing Griffin and I'm seeing Cook walk right out on the floor right now to start this second half.
So you gamble. This is it. This is it. It's all of the marbles. The season can end here or you can go on to the finals, and you got to go with your best.
Well, I hold out the old cliche on the last game that we did. It's a shame that one team had to lose. Now, I got another one for you. There's no tomorrow. Have you heard that before?
You're just full of them tonight.
Oh, I got them all. All right, UCLA with a 6-point lead in the white. The dark uniforms are orange. Idaho State. It's 38-32 as we begin the second half. And that is Greenwood in there to jump against Hayes. Greenwood at 6'9". Hayes a little over 7 feet. It is Greenwood who gets the tip, but Wirtz is saying nope, blowing the whistle.
He got it all right, but he cheated a little. Boy, he was in there quick.
Enough to get a whistle. Hayes had already begun to flex his leg.
Watch this, watch this. Go.
Thompson. The Griffin has got those 4 personal fouls. There's Cook has got 2. Hayes lost the ball off his hands. Greenwood picks it down. Hayes in the pivot spot. They're touting him for All-American. All-American in the classroom, too. Ball is knocked away by Cook. Kept into Scott Gould, who didn't see much action after starting the game. Griffin goes to the boards high, and Hayes in there to put it back up. 14 points for Steve Hayes. 38-34.
Now let's see how UCLA tries to pick up some more fouls on these very important forwards, Griffin and Cook.
Back into the zone they go. They were in the zone throughout the first half, Idaho State. Managed to stay close. Spillane, Vanderway.
Vanderway starting in place of Sims. Sims opened the first half.
Greenwood. Cook gets the ball. No rebound. It just came down to him as Greenwood missed everything. There's Griffin all by himself, but he has overshot this. And now from underneath, Cook tries to put it up. Keeps it inbound.
Good block by Vanderway.
Griffin, Johnson came down on him. Idaho State crowd wanted a foul on Marcus Johnson. Thompson, they're trying to get inside. Griffin from outside. Second time he's tried it. Missed it. Spillane is the only man there. Bruins running. Spillane pulls up, takes the shot, in and out. Cook has got the rebound. Oh, Thompson can go all the way and does.
Oh, what a great move. Thompson using Greenwood. Faked him to the right, watch him come in left, and then throw it back over his shoulder. Beautiful.
Brad Holland is getting up to come in to try to break that zone. Idaho State's the only team to score in the second half until now when Greenwood knocks one through and has 8 points. 40-36. Nevada, Las Vegas outlasted Utah tonight, so they're in the Western Finals. Lots of hands around there, no whistles. Thompson stopped short, banks it in. 2 straight for Ed Thompson. One on a driving layup, one on a jumper, 40-38. Idaho State within 2. Spillane on the far side. Greenwood backing Cook away. He can't play him too tough because he's got those 3 personal fouls.
Not a heck of a lot Cook can do except get into position and keep his hands up. Doesn't dare make an aggressive move. They need him on the boards.
Gould getting it into Hayes. He drops it through, and Hayes now has 16 points. And it's 42-40. Southern Illinois leads Wake Forest 42-40. Make that 44. 35-34. We'll get it right. There's Vanderway. No good. Hold it. Charge is called against Holland. Hamilton, that's his 3rd. Roy Hamilton has 3. Holland is coming in.
Hamilton saw a little daylight, put his head down and went right in there and picked up the charge.
Spillane goes out. Let's get that score of the other Midwestern. 35-34, Southern Illinois over Wake Forest at halftime. It's the only other game underway. Cook from outside. No good. Over the shoulder, I do believe.
Hayes over Greenwood.
Second on Steve Hayes. 16:36 left. First team foul. Each team has a foul here in the second half. Here comes Roy Hamilton. Idaho State may have buried that zone, but they played zone defense the whole way. There's Brad Holland, whose job it is to try to break it. Hamilton goes in, gets his own rebound, goes up and puts it in.
That's a lot of work for a man 6'2", but he's right in there. Good leaper.
Bruins by 4. Gould all by himself. He is there, and it's in and out and drops out again. Johnson knocks it away, but to Griffin. Griffin on eggshells. He's got 4 personal fouls.
Greenwood cupped Hayes coming around.
David, that's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Took the inbound. Looking, better get it away. And intercepted. He had a man open, delayed. Johnson. And the foul is on Thompson.
And that's what the pressure defense will do for you. Cook looking for someone to get it to, afraid of getting that 5-second call, threw it right into Roy Hamilton's hand. And the result, a UCLA fast break and a foul on Marcus Johnson, to Marcus Johnson, who has been impeccable at the line. That's 6 for 6.
He now has 20 points, make it 21. And again, it's a 6-point lead. Again, Gould. having difficulty getting it in. 2-on-1 down here. Griffin, if he draws the charge, he's out. It's on Greenwood. It came that close.
All right, here goes Griffin going in on Greenwood. Watch Greenwood move over to the side. It was a good call. Referee right on the play. Griffin up high. You know, the different angle will give you a different perspective, and it's very difficult to see just exactly what has happened.
Griffin at the foul line for the first time. He's sent other people there, but it's the first time he's been there. Now has 5 points. Idaho State is tenacious. They're staying close.
They call interference on the basket on the part of Greenwood, and free throw is good.
Oh, it's 46-42. Vandaway, Holland. Vandaway can hit from out there. He's done it in the first half. No good there, with Gould getting the rebound. Idaho State would like to draw within 2. Cook gets the ball. Griffin steps around Marcus Johnson, but he is walking as he steps around. And now time has been called. We've got 15:25 to go in this Western Regional semifinal. UCLA, the Bruins leading by 4, 46-42.
Call this number toll-free. Here some of the 50 judges tell why they rated a Mercury Marquis superior overall to a 77 Cadillac DeVille, based on tests of styling, convenience, trunk capacity, 6-passenger seating comfort, quality, and ride. The DeVille and the Marquis are now comparable in size, but based on wins in 26 of 30 individual tests, they rated the Marquis superior overall by 37-13. Call, and here's some of their reasons why.
Major League Baseball opens up pretty soon, and on April the 9th, we will begin our Game of the Week coverage, and we will begin with a doubleheader. But before that happens, on Sunday, March the 27th, Old Shiny Dome, Joe Garagiola will be around with his 1-hour special on the changing face of baseball, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on NBC. The name of our game tonight is basketball. UCLA 46, Idaho State 42, 15:25 left, and the Bruins have the basketball. Hamilton. Johnson takes the low post now, along with Greenwood. And away outside. Greenwood shooting over Hayes. No good. Hayes has the rebound, and he is clipped by David Greenwood, who had no personal fouls at all in the first half, but now has 3.
Greenwood took that shot. You'll watch him carry him off the rim. Hayes goes up to get it. Greenwood tries to follow and fouls in the process.
Jeff Cook, Griffin, Johnson playing him close. Trying to get it into the big man, and there's the play by Greenwood, anticipating that bounce pass to Hayes.
Timed it perfectly. Here's a guy 6'9" playing that kind of defense.
Now Greenwood goes up for the turnaround. No good. Hayes with the rebound. Bruins by 4. Bengals with the basketball. Come into Hayes, knocked away again by the same man, Greenwood. Again anticipating. Hamilton with great quickness.
Great move into the basket, and he's tricky. The foul was called on Gould, and you'll watch Hamilton goes in as he knives and lays it right up very softly over the rim.
Hamilton 1 for 2 from the line, goes back with a chance for a 3-point play. 6-point lead now for UCLA. They had that at the half. If they get this, 7 points would be the biggest lead of the game. and did not.
On the other end, Idaho State telegraphing their passes, really looking into Steve Hayes, and everyone knows where the ball is going. They're trying to force it down the center.
Cook. There's Hayes. They got it to him. Hayes has got the rebound, and he's got another chance. Cook, put up by Griffin, tipped in by Cook.
Good board work. They stayed in there. That was tough.
48-44.
Gene Bartow didn't like the call. He said it should have been offensive interference because the ball was on the rim.
Brad Holland, he's great from there, but hits the front, and Griffin goes up and keeps it in.
Dangerous thing to do. You have to be careful throwing that ball back in.
Hayes comes down and calls the play. And Killingsworth wants time. Hayes is there. Blocked, and the basket counts.
And Marcus is on his back, looking up at Lenny Wirtz, who called the foul on Marcus for blocking.
And that is Marcus Johnson's
Here's a lob
third.
pass to Hayes. And Marcus said he was there. Gene Bartow is up off the bench. He doesn't believe it. He's going over to talk to Lenny Wirtz.
13-12 to go in the game. A chance for a three-point play. UCLA only leads by 2. UCLA 48 and Idaho State 46. And now we return to our studios for this message.
Pabst Blue Ribbon wouldn't dare challenge anyone to scale an ice-covered mountain. Unless he knows what he's doing. But we do challenge everyone to discover a better tasting beer. Taste and compare Blue Ribbon with any other premium beer. We know you'll never go back to the beer you were drinking. Pabst, since 1844, the quality has always come through.
My father was in a car accident while I was up at school. He'll be okay, but it'll be about a year before he can go back to work and support the family. So I'm going to work instead. We made such plans for college. But I guess there are some things that you just don't plan on.
Sometimes a man's disability can cripple his entire family. Talk to us at Money about your disability insurance needs. Mutual of New York. Money for the future.
Macmillan probes the death of a TV newsman. Art Carney and Bruce Solomon are fellow sleuths in Lanigan's Rabbi. It's a Sunday mystery movie double feature starting at 8, 7 Central.
Jim Simpson with Tom Hawkins. Hayes his first trip to the line, and he completes a three-point play, and now has 19, and UCLA now has a one-point lead. Brett Broman is up and ready to come into the ball game for the Bruins. They use a lot of people. Holland forces that shot. It is no good and tipped in by Johnson. 23 points for Marcus. Well, apparently they gave it to Greenwood. Is that right?
Yes, they did.
Take it away from Marcus. Ed Thompson outside. Hayes from as far away as we've seen him shoot the ball, and Hamilton with his quickness gets there, starts a fast break. Thompson makes a great interception. Bartow said he was walking with the ball. Thompson goes in and lays it in.
Puts in the full
second driving great shot by Thompson. 50-49. UCLA. Marcus Johnson outside. 12 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Johnson to Greenwood. Greenwood goes up off the front. Griffin with the rebound. Played this entire second half with 4 personal fouls. And would you believe it? Idaho State now has a chance to go ahead. Cook's going to try to put him ahead. He does. 8 points for Jeff Cook. 51-50 Idaho State.
And here's a turnaround jumper. Jeff Cook. Bingo from 15 feet.
Brad Holland trying to get that shot away. Cannot. Greenwood. Boy, has he been good lately. 8 points, 6 of those in the last minute and a half. And a total of 14 on the night. UCLA by a point. Now UCLA begins to set up in a zone.
Holland isn't hitting, so I would assume that he will be replaced. Jimmy Spillane has gone to the scores table.
Thompson takes the shot. It is no good. Marcus Johnson rebound. Well, the Bruins went to a zone then and got the basketball back. They lead by a point with exactly 11 minutes to go. Holland trying to hit from outside. In and out, and there's Griffin with another rebound. Thompson setting it up. They got it into Cook. Griffin takes the shot off the backboard. Nobody there but Roy Hamilton of UCLA. Bounce pass, Marcus Johnson. Going to the board, my heaven, and knocked in.
Kiki Vanderway there to get the rebound.
That's 6 points for Kiki Vanderway. And a 3-point lead for the Bruins. Now they get it into Hayes, and Greenwood mistimed his leap there. 21 points for Steve Hayes. That's better than his average, 54-53. UCLA.
UCLA in somewhat a spread offense, and they're looking to get it into Greenwood.
Holland goes in. Ball is up. Johnson's got it. Blocking charge against Thompson. That'll be his third. Now Spillane is coming in. Now Broman is coming in for UCLA. And now Robinson comes in as we see the foul. 54-53. UCLA is going to call time. 9:38 to go, and they've got a 1-point lead. And they've called timeout.
You know, the amazing thing, Jim Simpson, is that Cook and Griffin have come in with 3 and 4 fouls respectively, and they haven't fouled this entire second half. They played effectively well, going to the board, playing very intelligent ball. Idaho State from the Big Sky. Of course, one of the best scoring teams in the country all year. They've been averaging 81 points a game to 83 for UCLA.
Tom, there are more than 200,000 men and women competing in intercollegiate athletic programs and more than 2 million other students engaging in intramural activities at NCAA member institutions. Our nation's universities and colleges are committed to providing students the opportunity to compete. And NCAA members annually invest over $2 billion in facilities and operating funds for athletic and intramural programs. The preceding announcement furnished by the NCAA. While the Western Regionals will be coming your way Saturday afternoon with Nevada, Las Vegas, and either UCLA or Idaho State. And Dick Enberg and Billy Packer will be here. Tom Hawkins and I want to thank everybody around Brigham Young where these regionals are going on, but we're going to Lexington to see what's going to happen down there between Kentucky, between Michigan, the #1 team in the country, and the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, which tonight blasted Syracuse. Hamilton goes in, misses the shot, knocked away, picked down by Brad Robinson. Griffin passing.
Brett Broman and Jeff Cook going at it and swinging pretty heavily.
44, that is Spillane drawing the foul.
And that was on the pass-off.
And that's his 4th. UCLA deep in guards, but Spillane, one of them, in foul trouble. UCLA's deep. Oh, look, there is Griffin all by himself to put it in. Fine shot. Nobody really covered him up. Idaho State by a point. And Raymond Townsend getting ready to come in with 9 minutes to go.
Bartow looking for some offense from the guards.
Greenwood drops it through. David has 10 points in the second half, 16 altogether.
He has been peppering that basket.
Bruins 5-point. Wheeler almost lost it out of bounds off his hands. Again, the Bruins go to the zone. They've done this about the last 3 trips down the floor. They've been getting that kind of defensive look all day from the Bengals. Brad Robinson, his sophomore, his first points in this half, but he's got 8 for the game.
He's had to come off the bench, Jim, and he's done a tremendous job with Cook Cook got his fouls in the first. Hayes was sitting down. They gave Hayes a breather. He was a little with it. Brad Robinson came in, played good defense, and picked up a hoop. No harm done. Idaho State with a 1-point lead.
And Raymond Townsend joins Roy Hamilton in backcourt. Marcus Johnson off the front. Greenwood's got it. Roman moving it around so Greenwood can get the shot. In and out, and it's Thompson with the rebound for Idaho State. They've got the point lead. They've got the basketball. 7:45 to go. Into the corner. Griffin. 8 points, 59-56, Idaho State.
I don't have to tell you who this crowd is cheering for. 22,700 people here at Marriott Center at Brigham Young.
Gene Bartow says we want another timeout. UCLA calls time with 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And trailing by 3 points. And we'll come back to Provo after this message.
New action for the cat set. And a new symbol of driving excitement. Mercury Cougar XR7 with a total new look for 77. Bold, strong, aggressive. More of a Cougar than ever before. DB padded. Luxurious. Front disc brakes. Steel belted radials. And a stance on the road that says, "This is my private domain." This year, XR7 unleashes new excitement. A pack of new Cougar running mates. A spacious 4-door Brougham with luxury ride engineered by Lincoln Mercury specialists. More XR7 excitement. In a sporty Cougar wagon with rich wood-tone paneling fresh from the lair and yards of cargo space. New luxury, new action for the cat set. See all the new Cougars for 77 at the sign of the cat.
The semifinals of this tournament are on Saturday the 26th, the finals Monday night the 27th. In between on Sunday the 27th, NBC will present a 1-hour NCAA special beginning at 2:30. The NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships. And then a word about basketball. And of course the finals will be on Monday the 28th, but that special will be on the 27th.
The gym and rebounds, it's all tied up. UCLA 34, Idaho State 34.
The Bruins down by 3, 7:17 left in the game. They get it into Marcus Johnson, who's going to take the shot. It's off, rebounded by Hayes, knocked out of bounds, whistle blows, foul called.
And it's bonus time, 1-1.
Foul is on Brett Broman, his second. But as Tom said, that'll send him to the other end of the court.
Yeah, the referee didn't look over at the scorer's table to see that it was bonus. And it is a shooting foul, 1-1.
And Hayes, with a total of 21 points and 1 for 1 from the line, goes back to the line. For a big man, he's a 69% free throw shooter. Not bad for being 7 feet high, dropping a few like that, is it? 60-56. Rebound, Cook. Covered up, ball knocked away by Johnson, picked up by Broman. Bruins averted a possible basket by the Bengals there with alert play by Marcus Johnson.
Got Marcus back in the center now. He's calling for that ball. Let's see if Griffin can hold him.
Greenwood gets away an impossible shot. And a whistle blows underneath. And the foul is on whom?
I think they're going to call it on Cook, number 32.
That'll be his 4th. Spillane is up and will come back in again. Vanderway is coming back in again. That's the 5th team foul against Idaho State.
So Idaho State has 2 players on the floor. They're 2 starting forwards with 4 fouls. Greg Griffin, number 30, and Jeff Cook, number 32. And looking at the old clock on the wall.
Oh, there's a cliche that you brought up.
I had to get one in. 6:36 remaining.
Hamilton with the basketball, 60-56, 6.5 minutes to go. Vanderway can hit from out there and does not this time. Battle for it. Vanderway knocked away, picked up Marcus Johnson. It's frantic, folks. Johnson takes the shot. No good. Thompson got the rebound, and on the floor, Hamilton draws his fourth personal foul. And back to the other end they go, 1-1.
And the board work out there is really furious. Marcus working for his shots now. You're seeing more and more. Gene Bartow must have told him during the last timeout, let him get in there, get that ball to him, let him operate. We've got to get some of these guys out of the game.
Thompson 1 for 2 from the line. A total of 9 points. 61-56. Idaho State, the Big Sky champions by 5. I bet you in Pocatello they're going wild.
In Pocatello, the mini dome has never seen anything like this. This would be the greatest boost to the Big Sky Conference that anything has ever done. They're playing great, but they got a long way to go.
Hamilton from outside, ball knocked away. Hamilton follows, takes another shot and gets this one. Now, he took a chance there with 4 personal fouls, but he knows what's on the bench to back him up.
And Gene Bartow says, get down there, let's make them work for it, press them all the way. Lane is doing just that.
62-58, 5:45 to go. Ball game far from being over. And now UCLA's abandoned that zone they were in. Wasn't too effective. Whistle blows underneath. That's Greenwood, and that's his 4th. All in this half.
So 4 players on the floor with 4 fouls. Greenwood and Hamilton for UCLA.
Here's Hayes, 2 for 3 from the floor. 22 points. Oh, this 1-for-1 can kill the Bruins.
He came here as a freshman, came to Idaho State, about 6'9", 6'10", 185.
Greenwood with the rebound.
Now he's 7 feet and he weighs about 235.
5-point lead for the Bengals of Idaho State. 5 minutes, 18 seconds left. Bruins have been staring at a zone all day long. And I'm sure if they win tonight, they're going to see a few more zones before they're through. Win or lose. Hamilton shooting, scoring. Roy Hamilton.
All right, the basket is good. Here's Hamilton taking the jumper from the corner, swish. It is good. Now let's see what they call on Wheeler. Wheeler was knocked down there, and there was a collision. And he can't believe that a foul is being called on him. Neither can this crowd. Killingsworth, the coach of Idaho State, is up off the bench.
In and out. Rebound, Cook. Johnson was all over him. 63-60. Idaho State by 3. 4:40 to go. Boy, Bruins are really pressing. And now Wheeler hits the side of the backboard. Spillane drops it through.
And just as quickly as they get out of it, they shoot themselves back in. UCLA, the spurt. 4:23 remaining.
4 points for Spillane. And now Hamilton may have had it. He's walking to the bench. Fouling out with a total of 11 points and 4:15 to go.
Gene Bartow has his hand on Raymond Townsend. Another great outside shooter, a junior from San Jose, California.
But the big thing is, Tom, Greg Griffin, 2 for 2, goes to the line for a 1-and-1. And can up that lead a little bit more for Idaho State.
He's a 72% shooter.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see because they're going to call timeout again. Idaho State not given much of a chance except by perhaps those in the Big Sky Conference, and their home folks in Pocatello have done an outstanding job. They're in the ball game. They're in foul trouble, but they've got the 1-point lead, and when we come back, we'll be at the foul line. Well, Saturday, we told you we're going to have a triple header. And, of course, you here on the West Coast will see these Western Regional Finals, and you'll see 2 other games. But wrapping around the triple header coverage will be Grandstand. And on Grandstand, they will be announcing their team, player, and coach of the year selections. Lee Leonard and Bryant Gumbel will update the basketball news and present a variety of features. Coverage begins at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. That's Saturday afternoon. 4 regional finals, and wherever you are, you will see 3 of those in your area. Our story, Tom Hawkins, 4:15 to go. Idaho State by 1 point.
1 point, and Greg Griffin, 72%er from the line, going to the line. Still, I think everything banks on whether Cook and Griffin can stay in the ballgame. They have 4 fouls. Roy Hamilton for UCLA has just gone to the bench with 4 fouls. David Greenwood, the big sophomore center, he has 4 fouls. So we got a lot of basketball to come.
You know,
Jim Simpson, we haven't been able to relax all night. Since we walked in this building, it has been tension, it has been pressure, and no one seems to want to have a big lead.
You know, you're talking about Cook and Griffin. What would happen to them if they should foul out? What would happen to UCLA if Greenwood foul out? He's had a great second half. Here's Griffin. He just doesn't miss. 64-62. A senior out of Cleveland, Ohio, and he has been very cool. 4 fouls picked up quickly in the first half. Now has 12 points, 8 in this half. 65-62, 4:12 to go, Idaho State. Spillane, Cook with the rebound. Dean Bartow is not getting the scoring from his guards that he would like to have. Brad Holland came in and was not that hot. He's the man that destroyed Louisville. Up goes Griffin, no good. Hayes is there. We're going to have a jump ball.
Hayes is so tall and rangy that he was able to jump and go over the top of David Greenwood and get the jump ball. Here it is. Good action here from Brigham Young, Marriott Center, and a 6'9" against 7 1/2 inch.
Tipped over, knocked out of bounds, and went off the hands of Townsend. Belongs to Idaho State. Idaho State, like a lot of other clubs, finds it difficulty inbound against the Bruins, but they get the job done. Thompson, on him is Townsend. Thompson to Hayes. He's going to go up and sky it from there. No good. Cook follows. No good. Battle for it. Cook puts it up. No good. Knocked away from Griffin.
David Greenwood with 4 fouls went up and swatted that one about 2 rows up into the seats. Beautiful defensive play. Here it is. Thompson goes up. There's Greenwood's swat.
3.5 minutes to go. Idaho State by 3 and have the basketball. Thompson gets it in to Hayes, who shoots it, and it goes in. 25 points for Hayes, 5-point lead for Idaho State. They've had trouble cracking that Idaho State zone, so from outside, Vanaway takes a shot. Rebound, Hayes. Idaho State's got the ball with less than 3 minutes to go, leading by 5.
And this crowd smells of victory. The electricity is unbelievable.
Out of bounds, belongs to Idaho State. Cook was mad thinking that it was his ball, but now they've got to inbound it from the far side, and that's been a problem. Now UCLA is the one that calls timeout. 2:44 to go. An upset in the making, lots of time to go, but at the moment Idaho State leads by 5.
He says that my car is cheaper to fix than this one, right?
Right.
But do I get a break on my insurance?
You can now with Allstate, because rates are different with us. We found that the cost of claims is higher for some late model cars, lower for others. Only Allstate figures that into its rates, and it makes a difference.
Sounds fair to me.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
How many mornings a week do you start off like this? Gotcha! Time to change to a Norelco rotary razor. The rotary razor has 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades, 36 safely protected inside 3 floating heads, with 9 adjustable razor settings for a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth. With no more gotcha. The revolutionary Norelco rotary razor. It's one razor that doesn't get you.
Jim Simpson, Tom Hawkins, Provo, Utah, trying to decide a team that will go on to the Western Regional Finals against Nevada, Las Vegas, and also trying to find out who's going to be the Gillette Track 2 most valuable player. We don't know either one, and won't for about 2 minutes and 44 seconds of playing time.
Now you watch this pressure, Jim, because UCLA is going to put it on. And they've been known to turn things around with their defense. They'll be trapping all over the place.
Thompson, they get the ball up court. That's what they wanted to do. Time is on their side. 5-point lead. They could stretch it to 7. And they're spreading things out. Ball knocked away by Townsend. Picked up by Wheeler. Got 2 men on him. Feeds it high. Cook almost fouled by Marcus Johnson. Now they're double teaming. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it could be a foul. Foul it is on number 22, Townsend. Now remember, they're in the 1-on-1 situation, and Gene Bartow on hips above us. He's calling over Jim Spillane, and he's going to say, hey, fellas, trap him, but don't foul him.
That's right.
Going to the line is Hayes, who has hit 3 out of 5 so far in this half. Oh, my. Are we seeing something happen?
The mood of this crowd, half tension and half anticipation.
Oh, boy. Hayes. 27 points. Foul across the way as Brad Holland tried to get the ball up in the air. And the foul is on Wheeler. A freshman, by the way, who has really been thrust into being a point guard at times, along with Ed Thompson, and is a freshman.
And how would you like to come in and have to do this against UCLA? Coach called him over to the side and said, hey, we don't really need to do that. They're going to beat us. Don't let them beat us from the free throw line. Let them make those shots from out. 2:09 remaining.
Brad Holland has 3 points. Griffin rebound. Idaho State doing the job on the boards. Ball is knocked away. And let's see what happens.
I think Spillane picks up another foul.
If he did, he's out of there.
He does.
Jim Spillane walks out with 5 fouls and a total of 4 points, much below his 9-point scoring average, with 2:02 to go. 69-63, a 6-point lead. And Thompson, who is 3 for 4 from the line, will be at the line. Ed has a total of 11 points, and this is 1-on-1. Now getting up is James Wilkes, and this is the first time we've seen him tonight, getting ready to come in.
James Wilkes, a freshman from Dorsey High School in Los Angeles, and another one of those talented young men that UCLA seems to always come up with.
Well, time has been called again. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, and so they're going to call a timeout. Idaho State leading by 6. Now, Tom Hawkins, you don't have to stretch your imagination too far to figure that the Bruins can win this ball game. But at the moment, they're down by 6, and Thompson stepping to the line. And who would have thought that, aside from Idaho State rooters?
No, Jim, going into this game, if you had said that at this point Idaho State would be up by 6 points, no one would have given it to you. Idaho State doesn't get the publicity, an unknown factor in this tournament. All we knew was that they won the Big Sky tournament and that they had some pretty talented, aggressive, raw-bone type people who would like nothing more than to upset UCLA. But Killingsworth, Coach Jim Killingsworth, said that he wasn't in awe.
I'd like to remind you that on the 26th, we have got the NCAA basketball semifinals from the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. And who's going to be there? Well, Thompson is at the line. Remember, Griffin had 4 personal fouls in the first half. Cook picked up 3, and very quickly a 4th as the second half began. But let's get to what's happening right now. Thompson drops it through. Talk about coolness. That is a 7-point lead with 2:02 to go. That is an 8-point lead with 2:02 to go. UCLA may not make it. 10 straight Western Regional Finals they've been in and won, and they walk with the basketball. The full court press ordered by Gene Bartow. Get that ball back. 10 in a row they've won. Cook inbounds the ball to Griffin. Townsend on him, double teaming, triple teaming, getting the ball up court. The ball is knocked away, picked up by Holland, who goes up and puts it in. But that took some time, 1:45 to go. Idaho State's got to get the ball up court, or the Bruins can come right back into this ball game. Here's Wheeler, the freshman, gets it up to Cook. Time is on their side, 1.5 minutes now, double teaming. Wheeler, the freshman, is running things from backcourt. Time he wants, with 1:25 to go. Timeout, they'll have the ball in their end of the court with a 6-point lead. Now is where the experience of the Bruins will begin to tell. Although we must admit that when you say the experience of the Bruins, by reputation they have it, but remember, David Greenwood is a sophomore. Roy Hamilton, who was fouled out as a sophomore. Brett Froman is a junior. Vanderway is a freshman. Wilkes, who came in as a freshman. Townsend is a junior. This is not an old ball club that UCLA is playing. And now you're looking at Idaho State that's done an amazing job. Griffin in foul trouble, Cook in foul trouble early in the first half. Hayes, a 7-footer, living up to his reputation, scoring and rebounding. Thompson with some great second half heroics. And some help from the bench with sophomore Brant Robinson, freshman Ernie Wheeler, and freshman Paul Wilson back in the first half. It's not over yet, but we're being treated to some thrills. The Big Sky Conference hoping for its biggest win, at least in my memory, and it would be an outstanding upset along the way. But as everybody said, 16 teams could make it to the finals because there's not a dominant team this year. This is Thompson getting the ball back over court. Wheeler, they won't shoot it unless they absolutely have to. Griffin gets it across to Cook, 1:10 to go. Thompson gets it into Cook. They're not going to take it to the basket. They could there. Knocked out of bounds. Wheeler said no, it went off a UCLA man. I didn't see it go off a UCLA man. Wheeler apparently thought he did. That could be a big play.
Wheeler just let it go, and that's a dangerous thing to do. Go after it at any case. Townsend firing.
That's why it is dangerous. Townsend. Foul is on number 14, Brad Holland. And that sends them back down. Well, they drew within 4, but now they're going to send them back down court for the one-on-one. And Gene Bartow is trying to keep his team in the ball game. 57 seconds to go.
And the pressure is on.
And look who's going back to the line again. He is 4 for 4.
Under extreme pressure.
Can he do it again? Ed Thompson, a senior from Santa Barbara, California, does it again. 5 straight under incredible circumstances here late in the game.
The 5 biggest in his career.
Missed that one. 5-point lead. Greenwood got the rebound. They need some scoring in a hurry, so Holland tries it. It is no good, and the foul is on Hayes. 3rd personal foul on Steve Hayes. Now, Tom, we've got to find out who's going to be our Gillette Track 2 most valuable player. And the last game, we had a player on the losing team, Judkins of Utah, won it.
This won't be the case today because we've had 2 men out there who have been outstanding.
Holland doing what comes naturally for him, and that is getting some points in the clutch when they need it. He can bring them within 3, and does. Not over yet. 51 seconds to go. Trying to inbound it. They do. Griffin with the basketball. Lost the ball away, and it goes out of bounds, and went out of bounds off Greenwood. 45 seconds to go.
That was about a 40-foot roll there, and boy, it was anybody's ball.
Cook to inbound. Cook to get it in if he can, and does. Out to the freshman Wheeler. To Cook, 40 seconds to go. Foul again. And remember, every one of these fouls, and they almost have to do it and hope they miss the one-on-one. Foul is on Holland, his second. Well, here is Ernie Wheeler, a freshman who has not done anything as far as scoring is concerned, but as a freshman has been able to run it, and now he's got the pressure on him, and he drops it through. Boy, the foul line has been the difference here tonight. And some dirty performances by Idaho State, now leading by 5 with 35 seconds to go. Greenwood from the corner drops it through. David Greenwood. 74-71. 29 seconds to go. 3 points. They've got to inbound it. And do to Thompson. And he lost the ball. Belongs to UCLA. 27 seconds. Is it in the cards?
Nothing is in the cards. Never. The nature of this game.
Greenwood from way outside. No good. Cook rebound. Tied up. They didn't get the ball away. 2 Idaho State men were right there. 18 seconds left. 3 points difference.
Marcus could very easily get this jump.
Agnico tosses it up. The jump goes to UCLA. Wilkes. Holland's got a hit from there, and does! Brad Holland, 74-73, 10 seconds to go. Timeout. Timeout. Bartow's yelling, have they had too many timeouts?
Also, he's yelling that underneath that basket, if the count gets to 3, then you can't take timeout. That's the referee's discretion as to how far that count had gone.
Bartow's saying 4. And you can't call it. Well, we've got 9 seconds to go. And we still don't know who the most valuable player is.
You know something, Jim Simpson? This has to be one of the most beautiful games, a game of college basketball. Excitement all the time. You never know. And UCLA seemingly out of this game completely. 6, 7 points down, comes back now within 1 with 9 seconds to go.
Well, what we must also say is after the Nevada-Las Vegas game, which is a 1-pointer down to the final minute, finally won by Nevada-Las Vegas, that we figured no way could this game match that one in excitement. And here we are. All right, 74-73, Idaho State, 9 seconds to go. They've got the basketball, but under their own basket, and have to inbound the ball. Cook will throw it in. What they want to do is to call it in, apparently, get it in if they can, and call time very quickly. All right, let's see if Cook can get it in. He does. And he is fouled immediately. That will send him to the other end of the floor with 8 seconds to go. Costly foul because they've got to go down to the other end.
All right, now, it's a 1-and-1 situation. However, Mr. Wheeler, the freshman, who has just stepped up to the line to hit 2 pressure free throws, must do it again. UCLA will be all over those boards, and we still have 8 seconds remaining in the game.
74-73. Here's the freshman from San Luis Obispo, California. 2 for 2. Clutch situation. He could almost ice it if he gets 2 up. He's got 1 up. Ernie Wheeler, 75-73. This will make a different kind of ball game if he knocks it in. He does! 76-73, 7 seconds. Holland down, feeding Greenwood from the corner. Drops it through with 1 second to go. 1 second to go. 76-75, Idaho State. If they get it in, it's all over. They got it in. That's it. UCLA's upset. 10th straight Western Regionals, and they lose by a point. One of the biggest upsets in recent years. One of the co-favorites.
Who would have thought it, Jim Simpson? But Big Sky representing Idaho State.
All right, Steve Hayes wins the Gillette Track 2 Most Valuable Player Scholarship Award. A $1,000 check goes to Idaho State in the name of Steve Hayes. And Steve will also receive the Track 2 MVP certificate as a personal symbol of his outstanding play. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jim Simpson with Tom Hawkins. All we can say is that Idaho State has upset UCLA by a single point. And as we go off the air, just look what's going on here in Provo, Utah. We've got nothing else to say. The picture tells the story. Already a triple header beginning with grandstand at 12 noon. 3 games Saturday afternoon on these NBC stations.
See Burt